2002. What a year. It was 1 year after PopCap released Bejeweled commercially, and a worldwide disaster. During this year, PopCap was incredibly busy pumping out new games left and right, and one of them was Big Money. Big Money is one of PopCap's million puzzle games, among the likes of Bejeweled, Zuma, and Chuzzle. While those games have dedicated fan bases, Big Money was one of the unfortunate ones that was mostly forgotten about. The game is barely acknowledged outside of people that played it way back then commenting on nostalgia, or people that are like, PopCap made this? What helped with this game being mostly forgotten is that it didn't get any sequels or special ports. Besides a version on a weird dead phone OS, it's been PC only. Even the first Bejeweled from 2000 got a port to the original Xbox. So why did this one not get anything? Well, to find out, we're gonna have to make some big money. Big Money has 3 game modes, but there isn't really a main one, so I'll go in order of their listing. Action is all about getting money as fast as possible, and you do so by matching 3 of the same colored coins together. It's not like Bejeweled where you have to move a gem to make a match, instead they have to be besides another to count. When you match coins together, they'll stack up in a coin tube on the right side of your screen and slowly drop out, so you've got to keep on matching to keep it full. The reason you want to fill it up is because it will create a money bag, which you've got to collect to continue to the next level. When you make a money bag, it'll randomly drop onto the board and you've got to collect the coin it's on to collect it. When you get the required amount of money bags, you progress to the next level and might rank up depending on your score. Ranks are pretty identical to how Bookworm handles it. Yes, I'll make a retrospective on Bookworm eventually. Stop asking about it! When you grab coins, it will shortly hold off on more being pushed upwards. Your reflexes and color coordination will be pushed hard as you progress. Coins will passively enter the board and push the existing coins up. It starts off slow, but the better you do, the faster it gets. If the coins stack to the very top, you're given a short period to try and save yourself. If you fail to do so, then game over. Strategy is nearly the same thing as action, but all the time restrictions are lifted, so you're able to move at your own pace freely. The coin tube doesn't deplete ever, and coins are only pushed into the board when you make moves. If you crack easily under any kind of pressure, then strategy is more suited to your taste, but besides that, they're basically the same thing. Puzzle changes the rules up a bit. You can match 2 coins instead of 3, and you start off with money bags. However, you can only collect them when they hit the floor instead of the coins they're on. So you've got to plan out which coins will move in order to not accidentally leave yourself with no available moves and end your run early. If you're financially irresponsible, it is possible to spam click everything and see how long you last, but don't expect to get far with this method. The gameplay isn't anything special, but it's not trying to be. It's a quirky game to waste some time in, and that's it. It's like Bejeweled 1 or Zuma, just something small, but simplicity speaks the most. One thing I thought about is what makes these games unique, and that would be the representation. Technically speaking, nearly all of PopCap's puzzle games could be done in Bejeweled and leech off of its success. Remove Mr. Moneybags, replace the coins with gems, boom, new Bejeweled spinoff. But they didn't do that. They continue to make new characters with a unique style, so it all makes their games feel much more original, even if they are extremely similar at their core. That's why part of me likes them so much. They're all special and distinct, even if they play loosely. It took me a moment to realize that this game uses the same font as GTA's logo, which is priced down. Once you notice it, it's something you think of. The sound effects for this game are so well designed. The coins increasing slightly in pitch as you frantically collect them is so satisfying. This is not a new concept, but enhances the game greatly compared to not playing with any sound.
Bonus! Level up!
The music for this game is severely underrated and has so much necessary but appreciated effort. The composer for this game is Scavin, the same composer for the Bejeweled games. Every single game mode has its own unique background track, and they all slap! But what makes it even better is how each mode has its own unique results theme. I have no idea why they didn't make just one universal results theme, but hey, I am not complaining. The Jersey Casino theme is so cool, the entire vibe of this game just feels so different from anything in PopCap's catalog. The art for this game is by Stephen Oatley, who seems to come up often in these videos. Typically, he's credited as a writer. He created the almanac entries for PvZ1 and a lot of stuff for PvZ2. His distinct art style is one of the reasons I enjoy his webcomic Bob the Angry Flower, which I highly recommend reading. Also, please draw Bob with more beady eyes. Please. I really like Mr. Moneybags. While he doesn't have much of a character due to a lack of a story, I really enjoy his appearance and voice.
Excellent. Big money. Wake up.
Interestingly, he wasn't completely forgotten. He made a brief appearance as a side character in Astropop, instructing players during one mission. Honestly, I don't have much to say about this game. Like many classic PopCap titles, it's arcade inspired, meaning there's no set goal, just play until you lose style of gameplay. This can make it feel like there's little incentive to keep playing. If you bought Big Money expecting a traditional game without a defined structure, you'd probably be disappointed. But if you wanted a fun little time waster, it delivers. It's not a bad game by any means, but its appeal entirely depends on what you're looking for. I chose to cover Heavy Weapon first because its clear endpoint made it easier to structure into a review, plus it has war crimes. In contrast, Big Money feels more scattered. I imagine the lack of ports for this game was due to Bejeweled's success. It made more sense for PopCap to focus on developing that franchise. That said, Big Money does have its charm. The rings you can collect provide a lot of replay value, especially since they become increasingly challenging to a brutal degree. A good run can easily take 20 minutes, and the urge to outdo yourself after losing keeps you coming back over and over. So, should you play Big Money? As I said earlier, it depends. If you enjoy endless arcade-style games, it's worth trying. If you prefer something more goal-oriented, it's probably not for you. Given its age and frequent sales, often dropping to $1, the question of it feels irrelevant. I'd still recommend picking it up just to expand your classic PopCap library anyway. Our next PopCap retrospective will probably be on Chisel. This year marks its 20th anniversary and I've been in touch with the creator Mr. Raptus. This video includes some exciting behind the scenes info from early mock-ups to prototype screenshots. Stay hyped!